My name's Steve Higginbotham. I'm involved in the Matasai stewardship and I've calibrated machines for many years. Today we're going to look at horse team farming equipment attached to a bed tiller. Calibration is important. These are very expensive chemicals to be applying. We need to protect the environment and also to protect the operator. The risks we run if we don't calibrate the machines are adding a lot of expense to the operation, and we do put the environment at risk and the operator at risk, as these are compounds that have to be used very carefully. The best way to calibrate is in the field. Measure 100 metres, have someone walk beside the machine and record the number of turns of the land wheel for that 100 metres. The other way to calibrate the machine is to do it before you set off in the barn. And in the barn, measure the diameter of the land wheel, and with a special formula we can calculate the number of times that land wheel needs to turn for that 100 metres. Whilst measuring the land wheel, also record the sprocket sizes on the land wheel and on the drive shaft. One other thing to measure is the working width of the machine. It's important to make sure we have the correct calibration and put it on the right rate for that machine. It's vitally important to make sure the machine's up to the job. Check the bungs, make sure they seal properly, are not perished and they all fit correctly. Check the pipework to make sure it's not kinked and that no water can get into the machines. Check the rotors to make sure they're correct and not worn. Check the hoppers, check the lids to the hoppers to make sure they fit correctly and are not split, and check the fishtails and make sure they're vertical. Once you're happy that the machine is fit for purpose, to do the calibration you require the following equipment. A set of scales, kitchen scales are adequate, some tubes or plastic bags to be able to collect the granules, and also you need obviously something to record the results. Assuming all is well, start the calibration. Read the label. It's important that you know what the risks are to you and the hazards are to you and what PPE you should be wearing. Disconnect the tubes, as you'll need to be able to collect the granules as they come out of the hopper. And put the bags underneath the delivery tubes. Now is the time to fill the hoppers, taking care not to overfill or spill chemical onto the ground. Rotate that land wheel the number of turns for that 100 metres and collect the granules as they're delivered down the delivery tubes. Once we've finished turning the land wheel, carefully weigh the granules separately and record the figures. If they're all within 5% of each other, then that's good. Once you've done that, add them all together, and with a formula we can calculate it back to kilograms per hectare. And if that figure matches the product label, then you can apply your chemical with confidence to know you're putting on the correct rate. If the results differ from the product label, you'll need to change your sprocket ratios. In season, it is important to calibrate once a week to ensure that your application is still correct. To find out more about calibration and the rest of the stewardship programme, visit nspstewardship.co.uk.